If you want one source of accountability, use Paschal. And if you don't, you can use the other guy. If you want a well driller doing your geothermal drilling, that's what you're going to get with almost any other contractor. If you want somebody, that's what we do is geothermal drilling. And I mean, we're talking about the conductivity, we're talking about the geo exchange, what we actually get on the heat of rejection and what we actually get as far as efficiency goes, and stand behind the thing, that's Paschal. If you want somebody that guesses at it, you use the other guy.
Well, from the start, the difference is we do all of our own drilling. We do all of our own loop installation for the ground loop heat exchange. Most companies contract that out to other water well drilling companies throughout the area. Most of them come from Oklahoma. We've found that in the process of the install, a lot of the inefficiencies and problems that happen down the road are due to improperly designed or improperly installed loop fields and heat exchangers in the field. We've seen problems from improper grout, which you don't get a good seal, you don't get a good heat transfer in the ground. It's also environmentally irresponsible. You know, when we do ours, we make sure that it's grouted properly, that all of the boreholes are sealed properly to keep pesticides and other pollutants from getting down into the groundwater. We also make sure that when we size the piping and when we size the flow of the piping, that you get proper velocities through each well. You have to have a certain gallon per minute flow through each well so you get good turbulence. Otherwise, the water can run what we call laminar, which means all of the molecules are running in a straight line. You're not getting good turbulence in there, so you're not getting good heat transfer through the water. All of that stuff is done on the front end to size the pumps, to size the design of the loop, how the loop goes in the ground. You want to make sure you have equal distance run through each of the wells so that you get equal water distribution through all of the wells all of the time. Other companies, if you don't do that correctly, you end up transferring all your water through one of the wells, and then the other wells in the system are pretty much useless at that point. So a lot of work on the front end done to designing that heat exchange, and that's just the first step. That's the first thing that we do that nobody else does. We do all of that in-house. All of the loop piping, we're ICSPA certified in all the loop piping in the loop field up to the pumps. All of the installers who do the technical install are trained all the way up to the point of servicing the equipment, which is something that we do different from other companies. All of the installers are trained on the technical side so that they know when the system's up and running what the gallon per minute flow rate is. They know how to check what the BTU removal is in cooling, how much BTU we're getting out of the ground and heating, what's called the heat of rejection, heat of extraction. They're able to calculate all of that stuff on the install the day they leave the job, so we have a good baseline of how that system's working when we leave. And that's the installers that do that, not a high-level technician. These guys are all high-level technicians. And to be able to handle the job from the beginning all the way to the end with the same crews, and everybody out there has done it. I mean, our drilling guy has put in the equipment. Our piping guy has put in the equipment. The guys who are putting in the equipment have done the piping, they've done the fusing. So everybody's familiar with the other guys doing out in the field. And that's another thing that's turnkey, that's different in our company from other companies. Another thing that we do is because the guys are familiar with the servicing side of it, they're able to install the geothermal with certain aspects that make it very service friendly in the future. We use isolation valves which allow us to isolate the pumps to access them. We use PT ports on both sides of the system so that we can check the pressures and the temperatures of the water coming in and out, and stuff that we've found from going back and servicing a lot of geos that other companies have put in, that if this had this, boy, it would make it a lot easier to do this at this time. So we've gone through on the front end and put all these things in place, so down the line, if there's ever a need to maintenance or service a system, it's very accessible and easy to do from either a service tech or an installer.
Paschal. Number one, we've been around since the 60s. So if going on 50 years, right? So chances are we're going to be here another 50 years. So this is not anything that was just built overnight. This is something that has sustained growth through the good times, bad times, good economy, bad economy. We're stable, we're right there. So number one, we're not going anywhere. Number two, we put in the best overall quality job without question. Number three, we stand behind everything. If we ever do have a problem, we're a phone call away. We happen to be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we make sure we can get to you that day. And with us, a lot of people say it, but we actually mean it. It's 100% satisfaction guaranteed without question. So you're going in, you're wanting geo, you're wanting the top overall quality job. Number one, we're going to make sure you get it. Number two, we're going to make sure you're happy, and we don't leave till you are. So, and it's when you do those kind of things that you start getting the referrals that we get. Right now, about 80-85% of our business is just it's referrals.
Okay, it's one thing for a guy to go out and put in a new geothermal system. If it's the first time you've done it, or you don't do it but once every 9 months or something, your guys, because they don't do it all the time, you wouldn't want to go to a surgeon and have a guy, yeah, I did that thing about 5 years ago, let me operate on your brain. There's no way you'd let them do that. The guys that, since we do it all the time, that's what we do day in and day out, we've developed procedures that just speed up. It's not like you have to be hesitant to think about every time that you're trying to do something, because we've done it over and over again. We've developed those quality procedures that make for an absolute excellent, trouble-free installation. If you want a guy that's only putting it in once in a while, then he's probably guesstimating about what he's doing half the time. And if you're going to have errors, it's going to be the guy that he just doesn't do it all the time. So he's having to think about everything that he's doing. When you've developed procedures and you do it the same quality way every time, then you get, a top quality installation over an individual that just does it once in a while, has to think about everything he's doing because that's not his job. So they're going to miss a lot of things that would really make that system excel. That's all I'm saying. And a Paschal system, we don't miss them. We do it day in and day out. 2 or 3 times a week we're doing it, not 2 or 3 times a year maybe. It's a big difference.